The presidential flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has presented his action plan to captains of industry and other key players in the private sector. During the presentation, Asiwaju promised that his administration would revive Nigeria's dead industries if elected in 2023. TVC News' Tolulokwe Ogunjobi has details.
The business community was fully represented, with the president of Dangote Group, Mr. Aliko Dangote, Mr. Jimovia, chairman Zenith Bank, chairman Harris Holding, Mr. Tony Elumelu, former chief executive of Access Bank, Mr. Herbert Wigwe, and other leaders representing sectoral groups operating in the country. Political associates, party leaders, state governors, former and serving senators and lawmakers, senior officers of the campaign council were also in attendance. The APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, laid out his action plan before the business leaders and solicited for their support. He believes that a viable economy requires collaboration between political and business leaders.
We must target, and we will, I assure you, target growth. At very least, we must achieve GDP growth of minimum 6%, if not 10% per annum. Promote agriculture. We shall continue to press reforms in the sector that will increase productivity, improve farm incomes, while lowering food prices and bring enough food to the table of ordinary people. Power. Nigeria, I am determined. They are Nigerians, I am determined, I repeat, to give you the affordable and reliable power you need to drive your businesses in a way that lifts the entire economy and ordinary person.
For the vice presidential candidate of the party, the APC team is ready to revive dead industries, promote agriculture, provide power, produce and use made in Nigerian goods, build infrastructure, and most importantly, improve the country's security situation.
That insecurity is a major deterrent of private enterprises and investments, not to talk of the trade to life and livelihoods. That is why we plan to adopt a proactive and intelligence-driven approach to addressing the nation's security challenges. These will include bolstering security forces in numbers, training, equipment, salaries, and welfare. In the last 8 years, our defense budget has increased from 400 billion naira to 1.2 trillion naira per annum. In similar vein, our administration is prepared to make the necessary further investments in order to significantly reduce the nation's security threats. On the other topical matter of the economy, our target, is rightly encapsulated by my principal, is to achieve double-digit GDP growth within a couple of years.
At that time, we all, through his leadership, also created the Lagos Restates document, which was a sectoral dissection of what the economy and the economics of Lagos should be for the next 5 to 10 years. You will recall also that it was also during his time that we usually have a regular interactive session with the organized private sector. And you also recall that during his time, several firsts were recorded.
The event also featured a panel session largely made up of young Nigerians who brought their minds intelligently on the developmental plan of the APC, which according to them is highly achievable. Tolulokwe Ogunjobi, TVC News, Lagos.
Now, air passengers were earlier on Tuesday stranded at the Lagos airport as flights operations were disrupted. That happened when members of the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria blocked the entrance gates of the Murtala Muhammed Airport 2 terminal in Lagos. According to the protesters, their reason for doing that is because of the unprovoked termination of the appointment of 34 aviation workers by the operators of the airport terminal, the Boycott Aviation Services Limited. TVC News' Sharon Ijason has details.
Aviation workers at the Murtala Muhammed Airport Terminal 2 picketed this terminal over alleged unfair labor practice and the termination of more than 34 workers' employment here in Lagos, Nigeria. Workers here are determined to continue this picketing exercise until relevant authorities yield to their demands.
Last Friday, was it 27 or 28? They all got letter of termination of their appointment. On Thursday, before that Friday, their colleagues that are within got their pay. They were excluded, contrary to the letters and spirit of that 10 days leave of absence, that their salaries and allowances will be taken care of. One, they should withdraw those letters. Two, they are entitled to their October salaries because we are sure that they are still staff of boycotting.
I met with Benga Dairo, a security officer and chairman of boycotting branch of the Air Transport Service Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, whose appointment was also terminated. Dairo sheds more light on how the management of Boycotting Aviation Services Limited, operators of the Terminal 2 at the airport, sacked 34 members of the union on the company's payroll. He said, after working for 17 years at the company, he deserves better treatment than being sacked via an email.
In the fact that I also work in a critical department in the airport, because all we do at this point is all about security. Everything at the airport, even when you see people coming from outside the country, from America, from for audit of the airport, is mostly security. And it's quite unfortunate that you maltreat these same people that are performing such critical role.
Though flight schedules were interrupted here in Lagos, Nigeria, passengers are hopeful that the boycotting management will do the needful to ensure that collective bargaining agreements are being honored and a repeat of such incidents does not occur anymore. Sharon Ijason, TVC News, Lagos.